Welcome to Around the Kinky Campfire. Grab a seat, pour a drink, and let's turn up the heat. This is the podcast where we explore the wild, wonderful, and sometimes wicked world of kink, BDSM, and alternative lifestyles. Whether you're a seasoned player, a curious newbie, or just here for the stories, we've got something for you. Join us on Thursdays on your favorite podcast platform as we share experiences, dive into deep discussions, and may even spark a little fire of your own. No shame, no judgment, just real talk around the kinky campfire. Let's get lit. Welcome back, everybody, and Happy New Year. This is your host, the imaginative, enthusiastic, that's it, Julius Marquez, aka HH Julius, and I am back here for another episode of Around the Kinky Campfire, the first one of 2026, people. Congratulations, we have made it to another year, and I welcome you back to the podcast for the first episode of the year. And as you know, we like to keep a little bit of a tradition. I think it's only been like 1 or 2 years in a row, but now it's a tradition because we're doing it for the second or third time, or maybe fourth time, a year in a row. And you know, that first episode, we got to go through some rankings. So to start us off, we have, of course, our favorite topic to talk about, porn. I don't know whose favorite it is, but I enjoy talking about it. And today we are going to go through the ranking for the U.S. and the world. But before we get into that, you know what time it is. The first thing we do in the new year of our Lord, 2026, we got to start off right with the ASMR. 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Today, once again, in my little cup, my blue cup, I have Swaza Hacienda Tequila here, not sponsored once again, but new tequila brand for the year, and we're gonna do a little adult beveraging here for a good 10 seconds, sure. And 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, okay, so that was about 5 seconds, but you get the idea. Once again, Julius here, and I've got another episode of the little mini monologuing sessions, I like to call it. You just got to get it off my chest. It's just a regular episode by myself, so not as long as when I have a guest, but I'm going to rant about some porn rankings for 2025 as we go into 2026. Let's see how it turns out for this year. But like last year, we'll go through all the different states and just the overall rankings to start us off. As you can see, we have video now. And my screen likes to mess up, so I got to keep raising my hands like the roof's on fire. But okay, so I don't know how well y'all can see this, but we went to popstar.com, and we have most watched porn categories of 2025, ranked and rated. I didn't even see the rated part. Okay, we're rating them now. But let's see what we start off with here. Okay, so first of all, we have hentai porn and 3D animation. Peak pixelated pleasure. And I'll try to have these sites and citations, whatever it is, sources in on the description. Okay, we'll put that in there. I'll try to remember to do that before I just delete these from my memory after I do this. It's great. Neurospiciness. Oh, all these little side articles over here. Very interesting. Okay, so number 1, hentai porn. Okay, so I would hope that all you campsters, and I hope you guys had a good holiday and Happy New Year and this year and getting all your resolutions in order, which I could probably talk about at some point. If I have a resolution, just do it. Just try it. Fuck up, fail, and then try again. Don't have a resolution and then mess up and then that's it for your resolution. No. You got like a day before a habit becomes unbroken, then you got to start it all over again, all right? 1 day's fine if you take a break. 2 days, you got to start the habit over again, but it's totally fine. Don't just resolve to do it at the beginning of the year and then quit like most of the people after 3 weeks. No, keep going. I want to see, and I want to hear, and I want to learn about you guys doing those habits still into June, July, whatever, okay? Once again, it takes about 66 days for a habit to form. That's average, so it's not necessarily everybody, okay? All right. Back to the porn. Very important topic. Of course. Hentai porn. I hope we know what this is, okay? Cartoon porn, animated porn, all right? Anime porn. A lot of tentacles and stuff. We know why they have the tentacles, because they couldn't put penises on their porn when they first started, and some of it's censored, although there is uncensored, which we'll get into. Japanese porn now, so that's a whole category on itself. And I'll just say in general, all right, huge generalization, they still ain't shaving shit down there, all right? And some people like it, I guess. What I do like to see is what I've seen now is in my femdom porn is the Japanese women doing some femdominant as well. That is great. So that is a nice little thing. It doesn't have to be Japanese, just Asian in general. I mean, you know, I'm part Asian. So yeah, but whatever. Femdom porn with Asian women. There you go. I said it. Good stuff. Still queer over here, so I like all the different things going on, but I just want to congratulate the women out there in the Asian cultures, because it's just usually taboo. Asian women usually the submissives, but it's good to see them dominating the other people at some point in time now. Porn is revolutionizing. Sure. Next we have MILF porn. Still a thing for some reason, like the step parent and the step sibling, still a thing. I don't get it. It's just very strange to me when somebody's like mommy and daddy. I mean, I have that as a title, mommy or daddy is totally fine. As far as like a kink dynamic, when you get into the sexual part of it, it's just, oh man, I don't know. It's very strange. Especially like brother or sister. It's like, what? But I will act along in the role play overtone. I just can't do the calling out of the thing. So yeah, yep, it's still things. Step stuff, porn. Boy, all right. And of course, you know, Julius, at an age above the legal age is just a number. As far as I'm concerned, kind of, sort of. With caveats, of course, I'm just saying in general. Yeah, so I have no problem dating an older woman. I have no problem with that. Cougar, Bobcat, all them different things. I'm all for it. As long as we got some connection there and some intelligence going on. Emotional intelligence, regular intelligence, common sense intelligence, all those intelligences. And yeah, next we have lesbian porn. Okay, soft lighting, serious views. Sure, lesbian porn. I guess. I don't. Why is it a top thing? Lesbian porn. People just. All right, so we just know that cisgendered straight men are usually the ones partaking of this. Okay, if you don't know that, go read literally millions of different studies on there. They're the ones paying for this shit. So it's like, okay, lesbian porn, sure. Anal porn, which is interesting. I like that they said no longer taboo, just Tuesday. Agreed, right here on Kinky Campfire. If you have a willing participant and somebody that enjoys that, then anal your way through it. Giving and receiving. I'm a fan of both. Everybody's got an asshole. You can stick something in there consensually and hopefully with lubrication. Yeah, people, you gotta lubricate that stuff. Dry thumb only goes so far unless you're dealing with a masochist that likes to anal domination. Yeah, totally. Tequila. Okay, sure. And then big ass, BBW, and big tits. Size matters apparently. So yeah, big ass. Not too much on the tits so much, but yeah, big old booty. I like me a big old juicy chew toy to chew on. We got ads. Okay. Next, Japanese porn, Asian categories. Of course, I talked about that. And then shout out to my peoples, the Pinay porns, the Philippines, which is interesting. And there's another article. We'll get to that though. But there's another thing where it says like in the Philippines, more women are watching porn than men. I don't know how they got that ratio, but that's interesting to see. Very, very interesting. All right, some horny Filipinas out there, and more power to you. Okay, and of course, right after that is Latina porn. Not much different than the Filipino porn. Both colonized by Spain. So, okay, a bunch of freaks, all of them. And then you got the Catholic things on there. I forgot about that part. Yeah, the religious guilt is great. Once again, Christian guilt is a thing. Probably why I'm here. And then Ebony porn and BBC. Lots of interesting stuff. Black-owned studios. Yeah, I've come across a couple of those in my tabs. Good stuff. one of them was called Dog Fart. It's like, why would ya? But okay, Dog Fart Studios. Shout out to you. A lot of the BBC stuff going on, even though I still don't understand why it's like separate categories. People have their things. I don't really care what the color of the penis is. It's what it's attached to is the thing. Okay. And speaking of penises, trans porn, both ways, very much enjoyable. All right. Gender fluidity is hot. You are correct. Gender fluid right here. So I very much appreciate this and it's great. And hopefully that'll not be like a taboo separate category as well at some point. I guess, whatever. Sure. And then, of course, real amateur. That's still a thing up here. Seems to have gone down over the years, the POV stuff. But it's like, oh, yeah, I like a little girl next door, person next door action. So just two people getting it on like they boyfriend and girlfriend, or girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and boyfriend, like they in a relationship and they just kind of like, ooh, turn the camera on. Me likey that. That's always a good time. And there's always a line. I have like my different days. It's like high produced Tuesdays and amateurs Wednesdays. I don't know. My mind and my brain just got a big old toss up. But I like the fact that as a couple, you're just like, you know what's hot? Let's turn the camera on and put it on the internet. And like, okay, that's a thing that happens. That's really good. POV is always good too. There's one I was watching where the person being filmed was like telling a story while just fellatiating, and I was like, oh, that's a thing. Yeah, sex stories while the sex is happening. I was like, I didn't even know I was into that, but I like it. Just matter of factly. Welcome to the Around the Kinky Campfire podcast advice line. Got a burning question about kink, BDSM, relationships, and or navigating the wild world of alternative lifestyles? You've come to the right place. Whether you're looking for guidance, reassurance, or just a nudge in the right direction, we're here to help. Judgment-free and with a dash of kinky wisdom. Send in your questions and let's talk it out by the fire. No topic is too taboo, no curiosity too small. We're all making mistakes, growing and exploring together. Submit your questions anonymously at Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, at yahoo.com, or slide into our DMs at Twitter, Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, YouTube, Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, or Instagram, Campfire Kinksters, campfire with a K. Let's keep the fire going. All right, I'm just going to, I just want something to suck on. It's like, oh, okay. And then we just put everything in there. Fetish, JOI, jerk off instruction, massage, ASMR, and more, all niche, all in, mixed in together. So we have jerk off instruction, fetish, massage. Why is it a fetish massage? Why isn't it just a massage? I don't get it. Unless there's rope involved or something. Sure. Massage, ASMR. That's kind of cool. I wish I could make some of that. Teacher porn, of course. Threesome porn, sure. Squirt porn, okay. And then cosplay porn. Yeah, that's another one. I'm surprised that cosplay doesn't have its own category as well, because that's a whole nother genre in there that's pretty fun. So everybody's, gotta get my anime porn going. Yeah, you got some characters out there that you want to see together. I would mishmash the animes too. Get a little Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia all mixed in together. It's completely different genres, but it's like, all right, I got the cosplays that don't match. I'm gonna put them on. Yeah, get it on. Okay. Interesting, they just put all those together. The all kink stuff and the squirt porn. Like, okay, if it happens, it happens. Whether it's pee or not, it still is. It's not a question. The science isn't out anymore. They have the answer. It's not always not pee. What are we doing here? We have the answer. So stupid. Go look it up. All right, and then ethical porn, which is great. Yay! Snapping fingers to that because we like ethical porn and consent and fair pay. Okay, yeah, and non-exploitative practices, which is great. And then, of course, because it has to be queer run because the straight people don't know how to do it. So ridiculous. But yeah, ethical porn now. This is something I learned actually a few months ago. That is a thing. That there's our ethical studios, and those are the porn genres, and we can 100% just categorize. Curate. There it is. That's the word. Curate our porn to watch just the ethical ones only. Okay. So I'm running out of time. So hold on. Let me switch to the other screen. And we're back. Okay. We got the official Pornhub solutions here. The solutions, the official Pornhub list. And if y'all don't know, we are in a state where you have to check your age here, and we ain't trying to do all that. So I got the screen grabs from Pornhub thanks to Gigazine, which is great. So I ain't got to do all that bull crap. Okay, so we have the Pornhub thing, and we can't even go to Pornhub to check it out. But the top 20 countries in Pornhub's track as follows. Sadly, Japan dropped 2 places, which is hilarious. And of course, good old United States, well far in the lead. Our Americans love us some porn still. Just look at that bar. It's just so big. Big bar. And then very far second, Mexico, and very close third to Mexico is the Philippines. Once again, the Latin influence is strong. And yet, Spain isn't on here, which is interesting. Oh, there it is. I spoke too soon. Way down in the middle there. But yeah, Mexico and the Philippines. Like, what are we doing here? In the third world countries. So you have the United States, first world, and then I think Mexico is a second world country, and then the Philippines is definitely a third world country, and then Brazil, checking out your own porn there, Brazil. What the hell? And Germany, which, interesting. And now all these have moved up. And then France moved down. France reflects partial data prior to Pornhub suspending access to protect. Oh, okay. France got banned in. Yeah, the Pornhub got banned in France too. Okay, United Kingdom down, and all the way bottom we have Egypt, Peru, Chile. Not a whole lot of African countries. Not very many Asian countries, except for on the East Coast, the Pacific, Asia Pacific. Interesting, but of course, why not? United States so far in the lead every single time. The top 20 countries account for 77%. Just out of the 20 countries. Oh, watching all the porn. Okay, I would love to know why in the U.S. porn is so high. I think the taboo part of it. Aha, you stupid Christian. It's backfiring on you, you idiots. No, okay. Anyways, this is funny because time spent per visit, Japan is in the lead, followed by the Philippines, which is consistent to the Philippines being the third and then the second most watching it. But United States, it's not only like a minute, not even a full minute less. So we busted those nuts really quick, or busted like 10 of them really quick, if you can do that, if you're capable of that, and then getting off the site for some reason, which is very funny. It could be also, well, there's still the number of visits is still high. The traffic's still high, but the time is less. So I was going to say, oh, maybe people are looking to run. Maybe people have workarounds, and that might be a thing, but I guess not. This one is not as steep as a bar compared to the U.S. and visitations. Different per age. So the younger people are doing it less, and the older people are doing it more, especially the 65-year-olds. How do you even know how to figure out what a website is? Shocking. Okay, so that's pretty funny. Hilarious. But yeah, United States, Chile, Mexico, nothing really standing out too much. You know, it's 8 minutes to 11 minutes. Not a huge jump. Not even a full 3 minutes ahead of time. But Mexico dropped 105 seconds. Compared to being second. Yeah, they're knocking it out too. They went up in ranking and visits and went down in time. Oh, God. They're really just knocking it, busting them nuts real quick and going back to work or some shit. That's interesting. Okay. Favorite times to watch porn? Of course, no shocker, close to midnight. That's when I like to view my porn as well. Hey-o. We all stroking it together on the different hours. Time zones are a thing. Anyways, let's see. Day of the week, Saturday, Wednesday's the lowest, and Sunday's the highest. Oh, the Lord's Day, great. I don't know, Thursday, least popular day, even though it says Wednesday on here. But okay, Thursday morning, because technically midnight is the next day. When the world came together. Hey, I don't think that's how you spell came in that way. 11 p.m. on January 5th, Pornhub's highest point of traffic in 2025. Before January 6th? What? I'm so confused. Everybody jumped on and busted nuts. That's funny that they put that on there. The world came together. 11 p.m. on January 5th. That's fucking hilarious. Okay. Yeah, no, that one's not too shocking. Okay, visitor demographics, of course, by age. Let's see here. The most is 18 to 24. Hold on, they went up by 2%, but then their average time went down. So they really getting it in. All right, so the new adults, let's put it that way. The new adults have more efficiency. They got to get back to the TikToks and the video game streams and all these different things, which is very funny. And I love the fact they put the 55 to 60 because they dying. That's why they decrease. Because they dying. That's why. Everybody else stayed the same. No, the 18-24 went up, and then there was a decrease to 25 to 34-year-olds. Okay, so the generation is just moving up because apparently, so I read or heard some study that people are having less sex. So apparently they're watching more porn, but not the 20 to 34-year-olds. Are they going out and talking to people? The average age is 38 years. That sounds about right. And I'm only 3 years past that. I'm getting old, whatever. So that's great. And then for some reason they focus on Japan. The 18 to 24-year-olds in Japan, and the countries with the most users aged 18 to 24 were Egypt, Philippines, and the UK. Philippines still standing strong in there. It's great. Still watching their porn. I went to the Philippines. Most people don't even have computers. They got phones, though. I guess they're all watching it and jacking it in the phones. And I don't know about most people or the average, whatever, but my family doesn't have AC in the bathroom, so I don't know where they're doing it. I guess in their rooms. Kind of crazy with a wall unit. Here we go. This is what I was talking about earlier. Philippines, 64% of the women, not even close to half, are watching porn. Fascinating. I need to do more research. 30% of female visitors worldwide. Compared to, that's almost double the average. Okay, and then for some reason, Colombia is very over average too, and Argentina. And then it starts to make more sense with Mexico. We get more into the 50-50. Where is the U.S.? We're way down here. No shocker there. 28% of the women. Oh, plus one. Okay, we're gaining. Still half of the Philippines. I can't even explain that. That's craziness. Okay, I want to know more details. All right, we got here. Oh, yeah, the types again. Categories. Lesbian, no shocker there. Transgender, went up. MILF, no shocker. Anal, sure. Went down. Mature, Japanese, threesome, hentai. Hentai is low on this list, but it was like down in the middle. Popular with women, verified amateurs, cartoon, big dick. Indian, big ass, BBW, blowjobs. Solo female, wow. If you're a solo female, get your money on. You can do it all by yourself. Virtual reality creeping up on there, and then Korean, Asian. Okay, different. Cream pie, I mean... Why is that a different category? That should just be happening. In my humble opinion, that should just be in every porn. Why is it its own category? Okay. Lesbian went up. What is it about the lesbian porn that everybody likes? Transgender porn. I'm glad that's starting to go up too. And then MILF just down. Anal down. Okay. Lesbian porn went up. I'm confused by this. Okay. There we have another breakdown. Like I said, I don't know if you guys can see, but I will try to put the links in the thing. And then we have it broken down by country. Traffic by phone. Nobody cares about that. Traffic by game console. PlayStation up high. That's fucking hilarious. The most searched game on Pornhub. Genshin Impact. Oh my God. That's hilarious. And then characters, of course. Tifa with her big old titties. Lara Croft with her big old titties. Chun-Li with her big old titties. Diva with her big old... Any guys on here? Ruby, Kiriko Mercy, Jill Valentine, Slime. For my non-geek people, these are all women. Just so you know. Every single one of them. Wow. There's not even a guy on there. Okay, then we have ads. All right, let's break it down by country before I run completely out of time. Once again, South Asia, except for the islands, just gray nothing. That's interesting. And then all of Russia is transgendered. Fascinating. China just banned. Oh, okay, we banned all of it in China and India. Okay, and then MILF in the Middle East, and then Eastern Europe, MILF as well. How do they get Africa? Africa wasn't even on the list. It was just all grayed out. Ebony, of course, they stick to their own women. Arab sticking to their own women. What is this? Italian. Okay, of course, an Italian. Lesbian in Australia and America. What in the hell? And then MILF in Canada. What is going on, MILF? All up in the cold countries, they love their transgendered. More power to you. I love it too. In Brazil, they love Brazilian. Okay, the Brazilians and the Africans, sticking to your own kind. And then for some reason, Western South America, the whole entire side loves them some anal, just getting in the butt. I would assume that one I know is religious stuff. Okay? It can't abuse the vagina with the penis. You got to get it in the ass. Maybe there's some gay asses that are getting penetrated. That'd be interesting to see. Would like to see that. I will tell you what, you never watched some truly bisexual porn? That's some good stuff. Yup, that's some fun stuff to watch there. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that was interesting. Had to go a little bit fast because I ran out of time, but y'all get the hints. And if you can get to the Pornhub thing as well, and I'll put this one in there. I don't know how many ads or anything. Get an ad blocker. I'll tell you what right now. That'll be helpful. Okay. This is Julius Marquis, H. Julius, or just Julius if you're not as fancy. This is Around the Kinky Campfire, the podcast with new episodes on Thursdays. You'll catch the intros and the outros and look forward to that new mid-credits roll, new things in 2026. Hopefully you all had a good start of your year, New Year's Eve, and all yaki got you good Christmas presents if you celebrate that, and beginning your year with something new and always and forever. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth begins everywhere. If you fuck up, jump right back on there, learn from your lessons, and try again. We don't want to be stagnant in cruising mode going into 2026. Let's try to be different, people, okay? Different than we were last year. Different than we were yesterday, all right? This is Julius. Hello. That's a wrap for this episode of the Around the Kinky Campfire podcast. We love having you by the fire, and we love to hear from you. Got a kinky question, a steamy story, or a topic you want us to cover? Slide into our DMs and send us a message at Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, at yahoo.com. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you're listening. Your support helps keep the flames burning and the conversations flowing. Follow us on Twitter, Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, YouTube, Around the Kinky Campfire, campfire with a K, or Instagram, Campfire Kinksters, campfire with a K. To stay in the loop, join the community, and keep the kink alive between episodes on Thursdays. Until next time, stay safe, stay sexy, and keep that fire burning.